Hello friends, in today's video we are going to see different types of mud flaps available in the market for Tesla Model Y. And based on your model you can choose it, either it could be 2020 or 2021. So in 2021 there are two different flavors. You can also look for the 2021 refreshed model. Okay, so before going into this video, I'd like to clarify 2 points. Number one, this video is just an informational video and no demo will be done. Number two, we are not recommending any products. This video helps you to choose which products best for you based on your installation level. Okay, let's move on to the video. So there are three different mud flaps available in the market. One is OEM, that is Tesla specific. Number two, aftermarket mud flaps. It goes for either 2020 Tesla Model Y or 2021, both refreshed and non-refreshed model. And the third one is the Teslarati, and I will also walk you through what is the difference with the latest 2021. I have the Tesla Model Y 2021 recent version of it. I bought it through Teslarati, and it looks good. So the first one, OEM. So when you buy the Tesla OEM mud flaps, it comes with only front. You could see at the top there is FL and FR, indicates the front left and front right. When you see the mud flaps, somewhere in the mud flap you could see these terminologies FL and FR. That helps you to choose which side the mud flap will go. When you sit in the front of the driver's seat, you can see that's how you have to choose. The left side is your goes the front left, and the right side will goes the front R. So, and along with these mud flaps you will also get 4 new push pins. That is number 3 here. These push pins, what you have to do is you have to use these push pins. If you remove the old one, keep that old one, you may not require it, then you have to insert the new push pins, because that will be much more longer than the existing one. And the tools required to fix the Tesla OEM mud flaps is you may require a flathead screwdriver, or if you have a clip removal you can use it. Okay, so flathead screwdriver, which you obviously can get it, and it is very cheap as well. And the installation for this Tesla mud flaps is very easy. You have to just remove the push pins and then fit the new mud flaps there, and then insert the new push pins. So it's just a 3-step procedure. First, remove the push pin. Second, install the mud flap and place the mud flap in position. Number 3, push pin to fill it up. And then once the mud flaps were installed, it looks great, because the installation will be very simple. But there are few advantages and disadvantages in this Tesla mud flaps. Advantages is easy, and disadvantages is if you don't install the push pin correctly, there are chances the mud flaps fall down quickly. And I read few YouTube slides, I watched few YouTube slides. They said like there are chances, not with respect to the Tesla mud flaps, there are mud flaps which comes off very easily. So that's why you have to choose based on which one fits perfectly. Okay, so the OEM Tesla mud flaps is easy to install, but there are chances if you don't insert the push pins correctly, there are chances it may fall down. So let's go on to the next one, aftermarket mud flaps. So the aftermarket mud flaps, I believe you can get 4 mud flaps, 2 for the front and 2 for the back. And as I said, it will also have indications FL, FR and RL, RR. That is, R means rear. And as usual, the position is same. If you sit in the front driver, the left hand side is the all left, and the right hand side should be your all right. There is an important point here. You can see the guidelines which I mentioned here. So the guidelines is a perfect seating which attaches to the walls of that car. So there are chances like even the push pins comes out, these walls guide rails helps you to hold it. But again, the guide rails is not that much great for certain situations. There are chances it may still fall. At the top you can see the push pins. This is how the push pins will look like, the pin, and then there is a small cap on it. First you have to do is you have to place the step 1, you have to remove the existing push pins using the flathead screwdriver. and then position the mud flaps there, the exact hole position. Place the cap and the pin. Don't insert the pin all along, just 75% of the pin or 50% of the pin has to be go inside the cap, and then push it all along. So that will make this hold it. I mean, the push pin will hold the mud flaps. And the guide rails, you can, it is even after once the push pin is done, you can align it, you can insert the guide rails as well. So this one is pretty good. If you are seeing this image, there are chances like there is something here in this part which comes for the rear side. There is a screw, you need to remove it and connect it. So the front part, you don't need to screw anything. I mean, like there is a 10 mm screw will be there at the bottom, so you have to remove it. So there are chances, if you go for the aftermarket mud flaps, there is a little bit of extra work, and people are recommending that if you don't want to go for these extra additional work, then obviously you can stick with the OEMs, Tesla OEM mud flaps. But this is an additional work, it requires some extra caution. So to remove that, the tools you may require is the flathead screwdriver for removing the push pins and the 10 mm ratchet. So I've attached the images here, and again, the recommended, why I place the recommended ratchet is this type of ratchet is there are flathead wrench is available, 10 mm wrench, but I would recommend this one. The reason is, like, I saw one of the Tesla video, when they try to remove the screw, the top part, there is a top part which holds the screw inside the Tesla car, that glue was not placed properly, so it comes off. So it was very tough for them to remove it. So I would recommend these recommended ratchets rather using the wrench, flat wrench. I will not definitely recommend that. So these will sometimes help you. Okay, and there is an optional at the bottom, that is screw lubricant. When I remove that screw, I found the lubricant was there, so we use the screw lubricant after during the installation. So 3 tools required: one, flathead screwdriver; second, 10 mm ratchet, and the third one is optional, but I would still recommend is the screw lubricant. Okay, so let's move on to the third one, Teslarati. What is the difference between the aftermarket and the Teslarati is, the Teslarati, you can see these are all like old images. The image what I showed here is a old Teslarati one. I bought when I ordered this, but I got a new one. So the new 2021 Model Y Teslarati mud flaps they does not have these guide rails in the front one, whereas it has the guide rails in the back one, and there are 10 mm screws which it goes for the back. Similarly, the same 10 mm screw you have to remove it on the front as well. So that means Teslarati new 2021 refreshed mud flaps, you need to remove 4 screws, unlike the other models. So the advantage and disadvantages is, the advantage, as I said, the screw helps to hold the mud flaps together, okay, very well. The aftermarket, the second one which I showed, it has only at the back. The back looks perfectly all right, but there are chances in the front, it may, if you don't connect the push pins, or if the guide rails comes off, there are chances it may go off. So Teslarati has a solution which has the fourth one, but again, the installation will be much more complex than all these two. You have to be very careful, extra cautious in removing the screws. And the tools required is similar to the previous one, aftermarket. You need to have a flat screwdriver or the clip removal for removing the push pins, and the ratchet for removing the 10 mm screws which goes at under the bottom. And as I told, don't use the flathead screw wrench. Obviously you may require this, because the front one, you cannot use the flathead flat wrench for 10 mm wrench. For the front one, you cannot easily reachable because it goes underneath. You may require these kind of a ratchet for that. And finally, screw lubricant. The screw lubricant will be required only for the back one, but if you wish, you can use the front one, but I don't see the changes, because when I remove the front screws, I don't see any existing lubricant there. So I would still recommend use the lubricant only for the back one. Okay, let me quickly go let me quickly show my mud flaps which I installed in my 2021 Tesla Model Y. I use the Teslarati. As I said, the installation is pretty little bit complex. It takes like 20-25 minutes of installation time. I'll show that. Okay, so this one, on the back one, you see here, these are the these are the push pins. So to remove the push pins, what you can do is you can just rotate it. If you rotate it, you can see a space, and use the flat head here. If you rotate the pin, the pins, it will be rotating. Okay, so use the flat head in the gap and then push out. It'll be easy for you. So just place it here on the gap, use the flat head here, and then push it. The push pins come out. So I have two push pins here, one here and one there, and this is the guide rail. Okay, there are holes here, and Teslarati provided a screw for this as well, but since it is a new Tesla Model Y, I do not recommend screwing on some of my new parts here. So I wish I do not want to use it, because I believe, as I said, there is a screw underneath. If you can see, so you can see this is the screw. You have to remove this, use the 10 mm ratchet, remove the screw. Okay, and you cannot remove that black circle which comes after the thread, so use this, and then once you remove the screw, place these mud flaps in the position, connect the front two push pins first, and then screw the 10 mm screw here. Okay, done. So let's move on to the front one. What is the difference between the front and back? So here is the front. Okay, so the new one, if you see here, as I said, number one, okay, push pins 1 and 2. Okay, and here there is one more clip they provided in this new one. I just used this pin to hold this wall, the guidelines. I pushed it, so you can remove it if you want. I don't want to remove it right now, but this one. So if you hold it, I use this to hold it. So this one comes with the Teslarati product itself, so it holds very well. And the new change comes with this front one. Is if you go underneath, you can see a screw here, white screw, right? So this screw you have to remove it. Okay, I removed this screw all by myself with my 10 mm wrench. So you may use that ratchet, the one, unscrew it. Okay, and then position the mud flaps here, insert the push pin. Okay, insert this guiding rail here, and then at the bottom you have to screw this 10 mm ratchet. Same goes to the other side as well. So coming back to here. Okay, so that's it. So these are the three parts. After doing some investigation, I found that Teslarati should be the best one, but I was really surprised to get the new one that helps me to hold the mud flaps very well. All four, front, back, has the screw right now, but there is, I would still recommend screwing is the best option. The reason is like even if the push pins comes out easily, the screws will help you to hold it. Okay, and let me quickly go over the first one, OEM, Tesla OEM. The installation is very easy. It's a maximum of 5 to 10 minutes of time for this installation, and the rare cost is somewhere like $40. You may just require a flathead screwdriver. And the second one, you may require the 10 mm ratchet for the back screws, and a flathead screwdriver. This one, the installation will be like 10 minutes of time, and it's a medium installation. And the last one is the Teslarati. For me, it took about somewhere like 20 minutes, because I want to be very careful on removing the screws, both front and back. Again, you require the same tools like the flathead screwdriver and 10 mm ratchet, but I would still recommend the screw lubricant. If you don't have the screw lubricant, that's okay. Okay, so Thank you guys, thanks for watching my video. I'll come up with a new video with my new Tesla Model Y 2021. Thank you, have a good day.